Hello everyone, this is Sriyarsha. I'm going to tell a question based on directional derivatives. So let's see it. So here the given question is, suppose you are climbing a hill whose shape is given by the equation z is equals to 1000 minus 0.005 x square minus 0.01 y square, where x, y, z are measured in meters, and you are standing at a point with coordinates 60, 40 and 966. So here in the solution, in the question it is asked that suppose this is a hill with some equation z is equals to 1000 minus 0.005 x square minus 0.01 y square. You are at something point called 60, 40, 966. These are the xyz coordinates, and it is also given that the positive x-axis points east and the positive y-axis points the north. So the positive x-axis points the east, positive y-axis points towards the north. So let us get into the solution. The given equation in terms of z is 1000 minus 0.005 x square minus 0.01 y square, and the first question asked here is, if you walk due south, will you start to ascend or descend, at what rate? Here it is asked that if you are walking to the south, let us take this axis and name the directions as north, east, west, south. So as we know that this is the positive y-axis, this is the positive x-axis, and these are the negative x-axis and negative y-axis. If we walk towards the south, it means towards the negative y-axis. Then what would be the rate of ascent or descent we would get? So here, in order to get the rate of change in a particular direction, first we need to find the gradient vector. Since the equation x is in x comma y, so the gradient vector would be partial derivative of z with respect to x I cap plus partial derivative of z with respect to y. We are moving towards the south direction. You must note this point. So if this is the positive y-axis, this will be the negative y-axis. So if j cap plus j cap is in this positive direction, definitely minus j cap will be in the negative direction. So let us first find this gradient vector. This is the gradient vector, which gives us the change of the function, rate of change of function in a particular direction. So let us derivate these functions partially. First, with respect to x, we would get dou of 1000 minus 0.005 x square minus 0.01 y square by dou x with respect to x plus dou of same function 1000 minus 0.005 x square minus 0.01 y square with respect to y. So since it is with respect to x, the constant terms will be equal to 0. So it would be 0 minus 2 times of 0.005 x minus, this will also be equal to 0 since we are derivating it with respect to x. The y will be constant, so it will be 0 I cap plus, similarly with respect to y, the partial derivative would be 0 minus 2 times of 0.01 y. This would be j cap. Since we are at a point of 60 comma 40 comma 966, let us substitute these points in x and y in this particular equation. So we would get, firstly we would get 2 times of 0.005 would be minus 0.01x I cap plus minus 0.02y j cap. So substituting the point 60 comma 40 in x comma y respectively, we would get 0.01 times 60 I cap plus minus 0.02 into 40 j cap. This would be minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap. So this would be the gradient vector we have obtained. And now we need to find the unit vector. Unit vector is a vector. Unit vector is defined as u cap, which would be the vector upon its magnitude. This is the unit vector. Since we are going through the negative y-axis, I mean south direction, it would be minus j cap by magnitude of minus j cap would be 1, as we know, minus j by 1. So this is the unit vector through which we are going. So in order to get the rate of change of ascent or descent, we need to multiply the gradient vector, I mean cross product of gradient vector with unit vector. This would give us the directional vector along the unit vector. This is the directional vector, I mean directional derivative, exactly. So let us take the dot product between these two. It would be minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap dot of minus j cap. Since we are going to the negative y-axis, there will be no terms in x-axis, so we will only consider the minus j. Here it would be minus 0.8 times minus 1. Since there is no I cap, it would be equal to 0 if 0.6 minus 0.6 is multiplied with it. So the final result would be 0.8. This would be the value of directional derivative. Since 0.8 is greater than 0, the rate of change is greater than 0. So we can say that we will start to ascend with a rate of 0.8 meters per second, I guess. So the rate would be 0.8 meters per second. Similarly, in the second question, we are asked that if you walk northwest, will you start to ascend or descend? At what rate? Let us continue this page. Now, if we draw the graph, we are walking through the northwest direction. Let us name this direction northeast, southwest. The northwest would be in this direction, which will be exactly bisecting this axis at an angle 45 degrees when we take in the second quadrant, or it would be at an angle of 135 degrees with respect to the first quadrant. Since we take the slope with respect to this angle, 135 would be the angle. So given vector is z is equals to 1000 minus 0.005 x square minus 0.01 y square. Again we need to find the directional vector, gradient vector first. It would be dou z by dou x I cap plus dou z by dou y j cap. This is the partial derivative with respect to the respective axis. So it would be again minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap. Since the gradient vector is same, we need to concern about the unit vector. See, it is nothing but u bar by magnitude of it. The unit vector can be written as cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. Here the theta is 135 degrees, since northwest is in this direction, which bisects this axis at 45 degrees, but 135 degrees with the original axis. This is the northwest direction. Cos of 135 degrees plus sine of 135 degrees. So cos of 135 would be minus 1 by root 2, since cos is negative in the second quadrant, and sine is positive, so it would be 1 by root 2 j cap. So the directional derivative would be dot product between gradient vector and the unit vector. So it would be minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap dot minus 1 by root 2 I cap plus 1 by root 2 j cap. So this would be minus 0.6 times minus 1 by root 2, which gives 0.6 by root 2, minus 0.8 times 1 by root 2, which gives us minus 0.8 by root 2. So here it would be minus 0.2 by root 2, which can also be written as 2 by 10, minus 2 by 10 times 1 by root 2, would be minus root 2 by 10, which is a negative value, which is less than 0. Minus root 2 by 10 is nothing but, since we know the value of root 2 is equals to 1.414. So it would be minus 0.1414. This is the rate at which it will descend. Since the sign is negative, we will descend at a rate of minus 0.1414 meter per second. So let us do the C bit. It is asked that in which direction is the slope largest? What is the rate of ascent in that direction? At what angle above the horizontal does the path in that direction begin? So in order to get the slope largest, the gradient vector, which is nothing but delta z, must move along the unit vector. So it means delta z and the unit vector must be in the same direction. in order to get the slope as the maximum. So here let us first find the directional derivative, which is equals to delta z dot, the unit vector is along the gradient vector, so it would be the unit vector of gradient vector itself. So it would be delta z by magnitude of delta z. Since we know that the directional derivative is the dot product between the gradient vector and its unit vector, so when we evaluate this result, we would be getting the slope as the largest. So since the gradient vector is given as minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap, now evaluating the unit vector along the gradient vector, we would get the vector by its magnitude minus 0.6 whole square plus minus 0.8 whole square, which is nothing but the unit vector. Now this would be equals to minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap by minus 0.6 whole square would be 0.36 plus minus 0.8 whole square would be 0.64. These both sum up to give 1. So the unit vector along the gradient vector would be itself. Since we are dividing by root 1, which is 1 itself, so it would be gradient vector itself. This is the unit vector. Now since we have to find the directional vector, we have to find the dot product between the gradient vector and its own unit vector, so which would be 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap times dot of minus 0.6 I cap minus 0.8 j cap. So the dot would be 0.6 times 0.6 minus it will be carried out as plus minus 0.8 times minus 0.8. So this would be plus 0.36 plus this would be 0.64. So here we ended up by the result with the result 1. So the directional derivative value is also 1, which is a positive value. It means we are ascending with the rate of 1 meter per second. We are going uphill. So in order to find the slope here, let us draw the axis. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Since the directional derivative is equals to 1, the rate of change of the function along the x direction is equals to the rate of change of function along the y direction. So it would be something like this. It should be bisecting the axis, so which is similar to y is equals to x line. So this is the line, and we need to find the angle theta with the horizontal, with this line, which this line makes with the horizontal, which is nothing but slope. Slope m is equals to tan theta. Since it is comparable to the line y is equals to x, the slope would be tan 45. Since this line is bisecting the axes at an angle 45 degrees, since this hole is 90 degrees, this angle would be 45 degrees as it is a bisector of the axis. So the slope would be tan 45, which is 1. So the slope of this directional derivative would be 1. and it makes an angle theta is equals to 45 degrees or pi by 4 with the horizontal. So in this case we are going uphill or ascending with a rate of 1 meter per second. In the second case we are descending with a rate of minus 0.1414 meter per second. In the first case we are ascending at a rate of 0.8 meter per second. This is the end of the solution. Thank you.